It was in the early morning of the 21st of March when winter left the country of England. He left the door open from an old, scabby cottage in Hastings, a small seaside town in Sussex. This was because spring would soon arrive, and the first sunbeams were already gently finding their way all across the land, and in particular towards the old cottage near the sea. A young teenager named Jack was living with his parents in the cottage. They were chimney sweeps, and they usually made just enough money to bring food to their table and provide food for the few farm animals they had. During winter they hardly made any money, but soon everyone would start their spring cleaning, and that always included giving the good old chimneys a decent run through. Perhaps this year they would earn enough money to buy some new curtains.
In the town of Hastings, where the chimneys stand tall, the sweepers get ready, it's the start of it all. With brushes in hand and smiles on their faces, they're off to the rooftops, to all the old places. Sweep, 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 the chimneys clean, bringing joy to Hastings like a dream. With soot on their faces and hearts so bright, they're earning new curtains, working day and night. From dawn till dusk they climb and they sweep through the narrow flues and the chimneys so deep. The town folks cheer as the soot disappears. The sweepers keep going, conquering their fears. Sweep, 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 the chimneys clean, bringing joy to Hastings like a dream. With soot on their faces and hearts so bright, they're earning new curtains, working day and night. Oh, the laughter and the songs they sing echo through the town like the bells that ring. With every sweep they're closer to their goal, new curtains for the windows, warming every soul. Sweep, 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 the chimneys clean, bringing joy to Hastings like a dream. With soot on their faces and hearts so bright, they're earning new curtains, working day and night. So here's to the sweepers with their brushes and brooms, bringing light to the chimneys, chasing away the gloom. In Hastings they work with all their might, for those new curtains they'll sweep through the night. Well, the feiners just have to be only thing. A belt didn't control the distant saffron to sing. And you can see the feiners of sweepers going line. In Hastings they work with all their might, for those new curtains they'll sweep through.
Their son, a young lad called Jack, was still asleep when one of the sunbeams found its way through one of the tiny holes in his bedroom curtains. The sunbeam managed to reach Jack's nose and started to tickle him. It didn't take long for Jack to wake up. The tickling of his nose would surely make him sneeze, and it did. It was so loud that it even made the rooster fall off his tree branch, landing right on top of Mother Goose. Jack's mother ran into his room and asked him if he felt this earthquake making their cottage and everything in it shake and rattle as never before.
Oh, Mum, it was just me sneezing loudly. Did I wake you?
I think you woke up everyone in the entire universe, boy. Never mind, you get yourself ready so you can go and feed our animals.
Little Jack woke up still very sleepy one day, when he felt a tickle that wouldn't go away. He scrunched up his nose and his eyes got wide. Then he let out a sneeze that echoed far and wide. Achoo, achoo, Jack's mighty sneeze made the rooster fall from the tree with ease. He landed on Mother Goose with a thud, and they both rolled around in the mud. The rooster was perched on a branch so high, crowing at the sun in the bright blue sky. But Jack's big sneeze gave him quite a fright, and down he tumbled, what a comical sight. Achoo, achoo, Jack's mighty sneeze made the rooster fall from the tree with ease. He landed on Mother Goose with a thud, and they both rolled around in the mud. Mother Goose honked and flapped her wings while the rooster crowed and tried to sing. Jack just laughed till his sides were sore. He'd never seen such a scene before. Achoo, achoo, Jack's mighty sneeze made the rooster fall from the tree with ease. He landed on Mother Goose with a thud, and they both rolled around in the mud. So if you hear a sneeze that's loud and clear, watch out for roosters and geese, my dear. For Jack's big sneeze can cause quite a fuss and leave everyone laughing just like us. So if you hear a sneeze that's loud and clear, watch out for roosters and geese, my dear. For Jack's big sneeze can cause quite a fuss and leave everyone laughing just like us.
So Jack got out of bed, stretched his arms wide above his head and gave a big final yawn for the day. He walked towards his curtains and opened them. Look, Mum, the sun has announced that spring has arrived. Soon it will be May Day, and I'm determined to win this year's contest for the most beautiful garland, if not the longest. The prize money would surely help us to fix everything that needs fixing, including our scruffy old curtains. And after Jack had fed their animals, he joined his parents for some breakfast. Jack asked them if they would help him with gather all the new spring flowers and ivy they could find. Over the next couple of weeks, Jack and his dad went searching far and wide. It didn't take long before the glass fruit bowl was overflowing, so they used the small side cupboard instead to find out that was overflowing, so everything was moved into the big wardrobe. When that was full, they finally moved all the flowers and ivy into Jack's bedroom, leaving just a little space in the middle and his bed to sleep in.
In Jack's kitchen there's a fruit bowl so bright, but it's overflowing with flowers, what a sight. Apples and oranges hidden beneath, petals and blossoms, a colorful wreath. Oh, Jack's world is blooming everywhere you see, flowers and ivy as far as can be, from the fruit bowl to the cupboard and the wardrobe too. Jack's room is a garden with just a bed and view. In the corner of the kitchen there's a cupboard so small, but it's overflowing with ivy climbing up the wall, leaves and tendrils reaching for the sky. Jack just laughs as they grow so high. Oh, Jack's world is blooming everywhere you see, flowers and ivy as far as can be, from the fruit bowl to the cupboard and the wardrobe too. Jack's room is a garden with just a bed and view. There's a wardrobe so grand, but it's overflowing with flowers like a magical land. Roses and daisies bursting out the door, Jack can't find his clothes anymore. Jack's world is blooming everywhere you see, flowers and ivy as far as can be, from the fruit bowl to the cupboard and the wardrobe too. Jack's room is a garden with just a bed and view. Jack's room is a jungle with flowers and vines, but he loves the beauty and he doesn't mind. With a little space left for his bed to sleep, Jack dreams of gardens and slumber so deep. Oh, Jack's world is blooming everywhere you see, flowers and ivy as far as can be, from the fruit bowl to the cupboard and the wardrobe too. Jack's room is a garden with just a bed and view. So if you visit Jack, be ready for a surprise, a house full of flowers
Jack's mum had already been very busy making string out of straw and advised Jack to start working on their garland. The garland started to take shape and grew longer and longer. Because of its length and with the contest in mind, Jack had the garland put round him in a circle. His mother asked, "Is it not quite long enough, Jack?" Jack replied, "If we want to win this year's contest, we need the garland to be much longer than it already is." So Mother continued making more string and Father helped to keep the garland nicely tied around Jack. After a while, the garland already reached up to Jack's knees. His father said, "I don't think this is a good idea." Jack replied, "Oh, I will be fine, Dad. Don't you worry. This way I can make sure nothing happens to our garland." It was getting quite hot inside the garland, so Jack decided to remove all of his clothes. "I don't need any clothes or bed sheets now. The garland is all I need."
Jack was in his bedroom feeling oh so grand, surrounded by a garland, the longest in the land. It wrapped around his knees and it twined around the flowers. Jack was in a jungle lost for hours and hours. Oh, Jack's got a garland, the longest ever seen, twisting and turning like a leafy green machine. It's getting hot, so Jack took off his clothes. Now he's dancing in his bedroom with a cheeky bottom pose. The sun was shining bright and the garland kept on growing. Jack was feeling warm and the breeze was gently blowing. He thought, who needs clothes when I've got this leafy friend? So he danced around the garden till the day came to an end. Oh, Jack's got a garland, the longest ever seen, twisting and turning like a leafy green machine. It's getting hot, so Jack took off his clothes. Now he's dancing in the garden with a cheeky bottom pose. Neighbors peeked over and they couldn't help but laugh, seeing Jack so free in his leafy green bath, with a garland for a wardrobe and a smile so wide. Jack was the happiest with nothing to hide. Oh, Jack's got a garland, the longest ever seen, twisted and turning like a leafy green machine. It's getting hot, so Jack took off his clothes. Now he's dancing in the garden with a cheeky bottom pose. So if you see Jack in his garden so bright, with a garland wrapped around him and a smile of pure delight, just remember sometimes all you need is a leafy green and a cheeky bottom pose to feel like a king or queen. Oh, Jack's got a garland, the longest ever seen, twisting and turning like a leafy green machine. It's getting hot, so Jack took off his clothes. Now he's dancing in the garden with a cheeky bottom pose. So if you see Jack in his garden so bright, with a garland wrapped around him and a smile of pure delight, just remember sometimes all you need is a leafy green and a cheeky bottom pose to feel like a king or queen.
In the Tenenbaum garden, young Jack's curiosity led him astray.
Oh, what's this? A rare species of something?
Nature had other plans for our budding botanist.
Wait, what's happening? I'm stuck?
And thus began Jack's intimate encounter with Hedera Helic.
Spring was getting ready for the big May Day festivities. She went to have a look if all was going as planned. She was sure that the sun had been doing its very best to grow the most beautiful flowers and the greenest ivy ever produced. But she had the shock of a lifetime, finding every single flower had been picked, and not a single ivy leaf was left to find for miles and miles around. She knew the villagers would always collect some to make garlands in her honor. It would always make Spring very happy, and in return she would make sure the people would have good crops and a splendid harvest to follow. But what had happened? It just couldn't be possible. Not a single flower nor freshly grown ivy was to be found.
Spring arrived with a gentle breeze, expecting blooms and budding trees. But as she wandered through the glade, she found the flowers had all been laid. Where are all the flowers gone? Where does this trail of leaves lead? Spring's heart is heavy, her joy withdrawn, as she follows the path with speed. The ivy once so fresh and green, now cut and scattered, a sorrowful scene. Spring's tears fell like morning dew, for the beauty lost she never knew. Where are all the flowers gone? Where does this trail of leaves lead? Spring's heart is heavy, her joy withdrawn, as she follows the path with speed. Through the meadows and the fields, Spring searched for what the earth concealed. Her hope was fading, her spirit low, but she kept on walking with a heart full of woe. Where are all the flowers gone? Where does this trail of leaves lead? Spring's heart is heavy, her joy withdrawn, as she follows the path with speed. At last she reached a cottage small, with ivy leaves upon the wall. Inside she found Jack's gentle smile, and the flowers she missed all the while. Where are all the flowers gone? Where does this trail of leaves lead? Spring's heart is heavy, her joy withdrawn, as she follows the path with speed.
Suddenly, Spring noticed a trail of new ivy leaves, which had been dropped along the path leading all the way to Jack's cottage. Spring looked through one of the windows and found Jack in the middle of his bedroom, completely covered by the garland which he and his parents had made. She exclaimed, "What have you done? Is it not so that everyone gets a chance to make a garland in my honor? I just found out that all the flowers and new ivy were used by a single person, and that person is you, Jack. Oh, how could you, Jack? Jack replied. I'm very sorry that I'd upset Spring and explained the reason why. Spring felt a little sorry for them, but she needed to teach Jack and his parents a lesson. She said, "Oh, Jack, I will make sure that you will win this year's contest, but for now you will become as one with your garland. You will stay indoors until the 1st of May and wait for the villagers to come and take you outside. You will then join them in a big parade towards the top of the hill. Once you have arrived, they will slay you, and in doing so, they will release the spirit of summer."
Spring came to Hastings with a smile so bright, but when she saw Jack, she gasped in fright. "Oh, what have you done, Jack?" she cried. "With flowers and ivy you can't hide. Oh, what have you done, Jack? Oh, what have you done? A lesson needs to be taught before the day is done." Spring told Jack and his parents too, "You've picked all the flowers, what will you do? To win the contest you must pay the price. On the 1st of May you'll roll the dice. Oh, what have you done, Jack? Oh, what have you done? A lesson needs to be taught before the day is done. You'll become one with your garland so green, and the villagers will gather, it's quite a scene. To release the spirit of summer you'll be slayed, but don't worry, Jack, it's a grand parade. Oh, what have you done, Jack? Oh, what have you done? A lesson needs to be taught before the day is done. So Jack learned his lesson, and so did his folks. Spring's words were serious, but she made some jokes. With a cheeky grin, she waved goodbye, and Jack's tale became a legend reaching the sky. Oh, what have you done, Jack? Oh, what have you done? A lesson needs to be taught before the day is done.
To win the contest, you must pay the price. On the 1st of May, you'll roll the dice.
Oh, what have you done, Jack? Oh, what have you done? A lesson needs to be taught before the day is done.
But Queen Spring, surely there's another way.
Our son meant no harm, he just wanted to play.
I understand, but nature's balance must be restored. Jack's actions have consequences that can't be ignored.
So Jack learned his lesson, and so did his folks. Spring's words were serious, but she made some jokes. With a cheeky grin, she waved goodbye, and Jack's tale became a legend reaching the sky. Oh, what have you done, Jack? Oh, what have you done? A lesson needs to be taught before the day is done.
It was just a few weeks away from the 1st of May, and Spring made sure she had grown enough extra flowers and ivy. So the rest of the villagers had the chance of making their own beautiful garland. Spring left the good people of Hastings a message that she had prepared a surprise for them this year. On the 1st of May, they would find her surprise inside a cottage. the one that would catch the first ray of sunshine that very morning.
It was just a few weeks away from the 1st of May. Spring had grown extra flowers in a colorful array. The villagers of Hastings, with garlands so bright, prepared for a surprise in the morning light. Oh, spring's got a surprise for everyone to see, in a cottage that catches the first sunbeam, with flowers and ivy, a garland so grand. The good people of Hastings will understand. Spring left a message for the villagers to find, a special surprise with beauty intertwined on the 1st of May. In a cottage so fair, they'll discover the magic waiting there. Oh, spring's got a surprise for everyone to see, in a cottage that catches the first sunbeam, with flowers and ivy, a garland so grand. The good people of Hastings will understand. The villagers gathered with hearts full of cheer, following the trail to the cottage near. As the sun rose high and the first rays shone, they found spring's surprise and joy was known. Oh, spring's got a surprise for everyone to see, in a cottage that catches the first sunbeam, with flowers and ivy, a garland so grand. The good people of Hastings will understand. So every year on the 1st of May, the villagers remember that special day. With garlands and laughter, they celebrate spring and the beautiful surprise that she did bring.
Meanwhile, Jack's parents still couldn't believe what had happened. Their son Jack was no longer a young man, but a walking, talking bush. Spring had also warned them they could not touch Jack with their bare hands. If they would also change into green men. They tried everything. They even tried cutting down the branches, but they would only grow back in a split of a second. So all they could do was to carefully water their Jack in the Green with a watering can daily. This way they kept Jack nice and fresh to keep him alive.
Meanwhile, Jack's parents couldn't believe their eyes. Their son was a bush to their surprise. No longer a young man, but a walking, talking tree. Spring had warned them, don't touch him, you'll see. Water Jack, keep him nice and green with a watering can. He's the freshest bush you've seen. Water Jack, every single day. Keep him alive and leafy in the funniest way. They tried everything, but nothing would work. Cutting down branches, but they grew back with a jerk. Spring's magic was strong, and Jack stayed green. So they watered him daily to keep him clean. Water Jack, keep him nice and green with a watering can. He's the freshest bush you've seen. Water Jack, every single day. Keep him alive and leafy in the funniest way. matches, a tangled mesh. They laughed and they sighed at their leafy sun, but they knew deep down it was all in fun. Water Jack, keep him nice and green with a watering can. He's the freshest bush you've seen. Water Jack, every single day. Keep him alive and leafy in the funniest way. So Jack's parents learned to care for their bushy boy, with laughter and love and a bit of joy. Spring's magic had changed him, but they didn't mind, for Jack in the green was one of a kind. Water Jack, keep him nice and green with a watering can. He's the freshest bush you've seen. Water Jack, every single day. Keep him alive and leafy in the funniest way.
In the early morning of the 1st of May, way before the break of dawn, everyone in the village got themselves ready for the big festivities and parade. They put on their finest clothes and wore the most beautiful garlands they had made. They remembered what Queen Spring had told them and gathered near the seafront. They stood and watched with anticipation to find out where exactly the first ray of sunshine would fall. It was a very special moment when they all saw one particular cottage light up in the first ray of sunlight. They ran as fast as they could towards the cottage and knocked on the front door.
We know what you have come looking for. You will find Spring's surprise in Jack's room.
Some of the neighbours went inside while the other villagers waited outside. They just couldn't believe their eyes and were left speechless. Before them stood this massive walking, talking Jack in the green. On top of this large cone-shaped bush rested the most beautiful crown made of flowers, which Jack's mother had made. They couldn't wait to touch the mysterious living bush, but before Jack could warn his neighbours, they had become covered with ivy, turning them completely green.
You all will be okay, just make sure you get me safe on top of the hill. Once you have slain me, the spirit of summer will be released and the curse lifted.
Go on, son, make us all proud.
The green men guided Jack outside, but because he was so big, he hardly managed to fit through the front door.
Jack was turned by spring into a walking, talking bush. With a crown of flowers, he was quite the lush. Whoever touched Jack turned green from head to toe. Now the green men had a problem, how to make him go. Get Jack through the door, oh what a sight. Trying every trick from morning till night. With laughter and cheer they gave it their best. Getting Jack outside was quite the quest. They tried to push and pull, but Jack was just too wide. He barely fit the doorway, no matter how they tried. They thought of using butter to slide him through the gap, but Jack just laughed and said, I don't need a nap. Get Jack through the door, oh what a sight. Trying every trick from morning till night. With laughter and cheer they gave it their best. Getting Jack outside was quite the quest. They tried to tilt him sideways, but he got stuck halfway. They even tried a trampoline to bounce him out that day. They thought of using ropes to pull him like a sled, but Jack just shook his branches and laughed instead. Get Jack through the door, oh what a sight. Trying every trick from morning till night. With laughter and cheer they gave it their best. Getting Jack outside was quite the quest. They tried to use a saw, but the branches grew back fast. They even tried a cannon, but that was quite a blast. Finally they decided to widen the front door, and Jack walked out with ease like never before. Get Jack through the door, oh what a sight. trying every trick from morning till night. With laughter and cheer they gave it their best. Getting Jack outside was quite the quest. So Jack and the green men laughed and had some fun. They learned that sometimes teamwork gets things done. With a crown of flowers and a smile so bright, Jack in the green was a funny sight. Get Jack through the door, oh what a sight. Trying every trick from morning till night. With laughter and cheer they gave it their best. Getting Jack outside was quite the quest.
When Jack made his appearance, the people cheered out loud, "Hooray for spring! Hooray for spring's surprise! Hooray for our Jack in the Green!" Music was played, Morris dancers waved their handkerchiefs in the air, and the parade made its way dancing through the beautifully decorated streets of Hastings, heading towards the top of the hill. And all the way up front was Jack, not frightened at all for what was to come. After all, spring had promised him that he would not be harmed. He was also protected by these green men. So he laughed and danced along with all the people he knew so well. The sun tickled his nose and made Jack sneeze.
Achoo!
The sneeze caused some of his ivy leaves to touch a couple more people, and by magic they turned green.
Oh, look! That's so funny they came from my nose, so I will call all of the green men my bogies.
The bogies continued to protect Jack in the Green on his way to the top of the hill. And whoever tried to hurt Jack in the slightest way would be touched on the nose by one of the bogies, turning them completely green.
In the streets of Hastings, the Morris dancers prance, waving handkerchiefs in the air, joining in the dance. The town is decorated with flowers all around, and Jack in the Green leads the parade with a crown so profound. The Bogie song, and we're all bogies, dancing through the streets like a bunch of yogis. When Jack sneezes, watch out my friend, his green leaves turn you into bogies till the very end. Bogies, bogies, bogies we are. The villagers are cheering as the parade goes by, with Jack in the front, reaching for the sky. But when he sneezes, oh what a sight! Spectators turn green in the morning light. The Bogie song, and we're all bogies, dancing through the streets like a bunch of yogis. When Jack sneezes, watch out my friend, his green leaves turn you into bogies till the very end. Bogies, bogies, bogies we are. They try to guide Jack to the top of the hill, but he's so big it's quite a thrill. They push and they pull with all their might to get Jack up the hill. It's a funny sight. The Bogie song, and we're all bogies, dancing through the streets like a bunch of yogis. When Jack sneezes, watch out my friend, his green leaves turn you into bogies till the very end. Bogies, bogies, bogies we are. The green men are laughing as they march along, singing and dancing to the Bogie song. With Jack in the lead, they make their way to the top of the hill on this special day. The Bogie song, and we're all bogies, dancing through the streets like a bunch of yogis. When Jack sneezes, watch out my friend, his green leaves turn you into bogies till the very end. Bogies, bogies, bogies we are. So if you visit Hastings on the 1st of May, join the parade and dance away. With Jack in the Green, milkmaids, chimneys, sweeps, and bogies too. It's a funny celebration just for you. The Bogie song, and we're all bogies, dancing through the streets like a bunch of yogis. When Jack sneezes, watch out my friend, his green leaves turn you into bogies till the very end. Bogies, bogies, bogies we are.
In the charming village of Hastings, there lived a group of cheerful milkmaids. These milkmaids were known for their delicious milk and their joyful singing as they went about their daily chores. Every morning they would gather in the village square ready to deliver fresh milk to the villagers. During the parade, as the milkmaids were preparing their milk cans, they noticed something strange. The cows in the pasture were acting very peculiar. Instead of grazing peacefully, they were dancing around in circles and mooing in a funny tune. The milkmaids couldn't help but giggle at the sight. Daisy, what's gotten into the cows today, Bessie? I don't know, but it looks like they're having a lot of fun. As the milkmaids approached the cows, they discovered the source of the commotion. A mischievous little fairy named Tilly had sprinkled some magical fairy dust on the cows, making them dance and sing. Tilly was known for her playful tricks, and she loved to bring laughter to the village. Tilly, hello, milkmaids. I thought the cows could use a little bit of fun today. The milkmaids laughed and thanked Tilly for the delightful surprise. They decided to join in the fun and started dancing and singing along with the cows in the parade. The villagers around clapping and cheering at the hilarious sight of dancing cows and milkmaids. From that day on, the milkmaids and the villagers of Hastings always looked forward to Tilly's playful visits. They knew that whenever Tilly was around, there would be plenty of laughter and joy. And so the milkmaids of Hastings continued to spread happiness with their delicious milk and their cheerful spirits, always ready for the next magical surprise.
In the village of Hastings, where the milkmaids sing, they deliver fresh milk and joy they bring. One sunny morning, as they gathered round, they noticed the cows dancing on the ground. Oh, the milkmaids laughed, what a funny sight. Cows dancing in circles, mooing with delight. Thanks to Tilly's magic, the village had fun with dancing cows and milkmaids under the sun. Daisy asked Bessie, what's going on today? The cows are having fun in a magical way. Tilly the fairy with her playful tricks sprinkled fairy dust and the cows did kicks. Oh, the milkmaids laughed, what a funny sight. Cows dancing in circles, mooing with delight. Thanks to Tilly's magic, the village had fun with dancing cows and milkmaids under the sun. The villagers gathered, clapping with cheer at the sight of the cows dancing so near. The milkmaids
milking cows and milkmaids under the sun.
Also just outside of Hastings, there lived a little boy named Tommy. He was very poor and didn't have much, but he did have a little drum that he loved dearly. Every day he would play his drum as he searched for leftovers in garbage cans and animal troughs to fill his hungry tummy. On the day of the parade, as Tommy was wandering through the village, he spotted a large barrel filled with ripe, juicy tomatoes. His curiosity got the best of him, and he just had to take a closer look. The barrel was so big that Tommy had to climb on top to see inside. As he peered into the barrel, Tommy lost his balance and slipped. With a loud splash, he fell right into the barrel of tomatoes. When he finally managed to climb out, he was completely covered in tomato juice, turning him bright red from head to toe. Tommy couldn't help but laugh at himself. He picked up his drum and started playing a cheerful tune as he walked back to the village. The villagers were still cheering on the parade when they saw Tommy, the little red drummer, marching through the streets. The sight of Tommy, all red and playing his drum, was so funny that the villagers couldn't stop laughing. They gathered around him, clapping and cheering. Some of them even started throwing coins to the little red drummer, finding his performance delightful. Tommy was overjoyed. He had never seen so much money in his life. With the coins he collected, he was able to buy himself some decent food and even shared some with other children in the village. From that day on, Tommy became known as the Little Red Drummer who brought laughter and joy to the village. And every time he played his drum, the villagers would remember the funny sight of Tommy covered in tomatoes and smile.
Just outside of Hastings lived a boy named Tommy. He was very poor, but his drum made him jolly. Every day he'd play, searching high and low for leftovers in garbage cans to help his Tommy grow. Little red drummer boy marching through the town, covered in tomatoes, never wearing a frown. Little red drummer boy playing with delight, bringing joy and laughter, always looking bright. On the day of the parade, Tommy wandered near. He saw a barrel of tomatoes, juicy and clear. Curiosity got him. He climbed up to peek, but he slipped and fell in with a splash and a squeak. Little red drummer boy marching through the town, covered in tomatoes, never wearing a frown. Little red drummer boy playing with delight, bringing joy and laughter, such a funny sight. Tommy climbed out all red from head to toe. He laughed at himself and started to go, playing his drum with a cheerful tune. The villagers saw him and laughed all afternoon. Little red drummer boy marching through the town, covered in tomatoes, never wearing a frown. Little red drummer boy playing with delight, bringing joy and laughter, always looking bright. The villagers gathered, clapping with glee, throwing coins to Tommy. What a sight to see. With the money he earned, he bought food to share with other children in the village, showing he cared. Little red drummer boy marching through the town, covered in tomatoes, never wearing a frown. Little red drummer boy playing with delight, bringing joy and laughter, such a funny sight. From that day on, Tommy was known as the little red drummer who brought joy alone. Every time he played, the villagers would smile, remembering the funny sight that lasted for a while. Little red drummer boy marching through the town, covered in tomatoes, never wearing a frown. Little red drummer boy playing with delight, bringing joy and laughter, such a funny sight.
Once the parade made it to the top of the hill, Jack was lifted upon the stage by the Bogies. Bogies, what shall we do with Jack in the Green? Slay him, slay him. The Bogies started to strike Jack in the Green with large sticks. Thousands of ivy leaves started to fly up in the air and over the cheerful crowd. Every single person got hold of precisely one leaf. Spring made her appearance and told the good folk of Hastings, "This single leaf you are holding will protect you and bring you luck. Those who are greedy and have kept more than one leaf will get the same as Jack and will turn into a walking, talking bush until next year and have to wait to be slain." Luckily, no one had grabbed more than one leaf, and if they did, they would pass it on to someone else who hadn't caught one, giving them even more luck for the year.
What shall we do with Jack in the Green? The Bogies asked, the crowd so keen. Slay him, the crowd did cheer. With sticks in hand, they had no fear. Ivy leaves flying high over the crowd so bright. Each one caught a leaf, holding it tight. Spring appeared with a smile, bringing luck and cheer. One leaf for each to last the year. The Bogie struck Jack with all their might. Thousands of ivy leaves took flight. The crowd was joyful, laughing with glee, as leaves rained down like a leafy sea. Ivy leaves flying high over the crowd so bright. Each one caught a leaf, holding it tight. Spring appeared with a smile, bringing luck and cheer. One leaf for each to last the year. Spring warned the greedy with more than one. They turn into bushes till the year was done. But the good folk of Hastings shared with care, passing leaves to others, spreading luck everywhere. Ivy leaves flying high over the crowd so bright. Each one caught a leaf, holding it tight. Spring appeared with a smile, bringing luck and cheer. One leaf for each to last the year. Jack in the Green, a sight to behold. The villagers' laughter, a story retold, with luck in their hands and joy in their hearts, the spirit of spring in every part. Ivy leaves flying high over the crowd so bright, each one caught a leaf, holding it tight. Spring appeared with a smile, bringing luck and cheer. One leaf for each to last the year. Hastings they celebrate with glee, Jack in the green and the ivy tree. With laughter and luck they dance and sing, a cheerful song for the coming spring. Ivy leaves flying high over crowds so bright, each one caught a leaf, holding it tight. Spring appeared with a smile, bringing love and cheer. One leaf for each to last the year.
So Spring was very happy indeed and kept her promise. Jack was left unharmed, and again he was the young man his parents were so proud of. Mother, you might not have noticed Jack, but you are still completely naked. Good job I brought one of your pants. The crowd all laughed and Jack just giggled shyly.
Jack in the green, feeling giggly and shy, standing nude in front of the crowd, oh my. The villagers cheer with laughter and glee as Jack tries to hide behind a big tree. Get in your pants, Jack, oh boy. Hide that bottom for everyone to see. Get in your pants, Jack, oh boy. Oh, what a funny sight, you must agree. His mum brought him pants, but they were too tight. Jack struggled and wriggled with all his might. He tried to pull them up, but they wouldn't go. His cheeky bottom made it quite a show. Get in your pants, Jack, oh boy. Hide that bottom for everyone to see. Get in your pants, Jack, oh boy. Oh, what a funny sight, you must agree. Joyce, his girlfriend, with a giggle and a grin, watching Jack's antics as he tried to fit in. She cheered him on with a playful shout. Come on, Jack, you can figure it out. Get in your pants, Jack, oh boy. Hide that bottom for everyone to see. Get in your pants, Jack, oh boy. Oh, what a funny sight, you must agree. He tried to use a rope to pull them up high, but the pants got stuck, oh what a try. He even tried butter to slide them on, but Jack's cheeky bottom just wouldn't be gone. Get in your pants, Jack, oh boy. Oh boy. Hide that bottom for everyone to see. Get in your pants, Jack, oh boy. Oh, what a funny sight, you must agree. So Jack in the green, with a laugh and a cheer, finally got his pants on, and the crowd did cheer. With Joyce by his side and a smile so bright, Jack in the green was a funny sight. Get in your pants, Jack, oh boy. Hide that bottom most agree.
Spring made sure Jack's mum won first prize with this year's garland contest. After all, the crown she had made was the most beautiful one she had ever seen. And Jack's dad started receiving loads and loads of orders to sweep people's chimneys. Their business was booming again, and it never been so busy. They made so much money that year, including the prize money they had won. They could finally afford to get everything fixed in their cottage, including Jack's bedroom curtains. And now that this story is coming to an end, the good people of Hastings traditionally celebrate their Jack in the Green at the beginning of May each year, keeping the story alive.
Bogie, Bogie, Bogie! Happy Jack in the Green to everybody. Heather, I've got something for you.
Have you now?
Just for you. Because I was told that you, as a milkmaid, are very, very, very famous all over the world for your most beautiful milk jugs. Yes, indeed. And I'll tell you something. I will show you my milk jugs if you show you yours.
All right, let's do a milk jug competition.
Well, I'll show my milk jugs first, all right?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh,
aren't they beautiful, Heather?
they are amazing. I've got there's mine.
Oh, that's a big one.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
I can show you an even bigger one. I think I can beat you to it.
Right. Go on then.
Hang on to it. And let's give it a countdown. 3, 2, 1. Yay!
Oh, that's a big one.
Oh no, I need Julia up in the Isle of Hastings to go with that one.
Fill that with trappers,
You
Rob.
beat that one.
And
Let's have a drink of the Bogie juice.
I thought Conrad was going to be the mad element today. All right, my lovely. We are delighted to connect with you today, but we have loads more to do. Stay on. Don't go anywhere, because we're all going to be enjoying the driving drumming of Raven, and all our panelists. Everybody up, everybody on. Get your cameras on, panelists, and then attendees. We're going to come to you in a minute as well.
They look great, don't they, the girls?
I'm standing here in the middle of something truly magical, you guys. Check this out. It's the Jack in the Green parade in Hastings, and it's absolutely insane. The streets are packed, and there's this massive figure covered in leaves leading the way. It's Jack in the green, symbolising spring and all that. Right behind Jack, you've got these wild characters called Bogies. They're like completely covered in green leaves, dancing around. Then chimney sweeps doing flips, milkmaids balancing crazy plates, and get this, a little red drummer boy. Oh, and there are fairies and Morris dancers too. It's like the whole village went nuts for spring, and I'm loving every second of it.